Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
We were doing the reverse proxy with authentication. We already did the authorization also. The different type of rules are available. We will see those kind of rules. Basically, let's do that. Can you go back to the access again? We already have the web session attribute and then the authentication rule, rewrite rule. Similarly, click on the add role again. Now here in the choose the type. Now here in this type itself, there is a request parameter also basically. But before that, we will see that network range also. Basically, the network range is nothing but, for example, based on one kind of IP address. It will accept it. For example, there are certain kind of application, they will accept it. If you look at the IP address, I will say from this IP range, they should not accept it or they should have to reject it. That kind of an IP range concept also will be available. In that case, we will be using this network ranges. For example, if the user is coming from certain kind of IP ranges, like for example, in ping fed red, we saw the seizure concept. You remember that? Roscoe, sorry, I didn't get you. No, I said yes. Yes, I remember exactly. In the seizure, we have an IP address, basically based on the same IP address. We can able to put the same IP address here also. Now, here in the network range is nothing, but for example, let's say, in order to filter out the network, for example, let's say they want to, we want to filter out the net for the users. Basically, suppose applications, if the user is trying to access from a certain network range, they don't want to allow it. Basically, even though after authentication we want to reject, it means we can able to reject it from here itself. For example, let's say we can add a certain kind of a network range here. After that, if the user is coming from that particular IP range, means it will accept it. If you are coming from any other IP range apart from this one, means it will reject it. That is known as it's like a kind of a different network range rule. For example, if the user is coming from outside, they don't want to give the access to the user, means we can reject it there. That kind of option, we can have it inside the ping access also. Basically, normally from user authorization or based on the user attribute authorization instead. We can also do it from here also. Let's do that. I think, let me see what is the IP range. You are getting it. Can you go back to the folder where we have installed the pingfed? Let's see whether, no, not here, in the backend folder. I think it should be there in the seed. In the backend, we can see what kind of IP range we are getting to the ping fed rate or to the ping access. My question here is, why would you define the IP range here? Can't we do it in ping fed? That is also we can do. But ping fed, you cannot reject it for ping fed rate. You can able to, anyways, that we can able to trigger the authentication only basically, but in a real time. There are certain applications where they don't want to allow the users outside the organization network certain IP address only. They will be asking to not every application. I'm saying any one or two applications. They will ask this kind of apart from the normal traditional requirement. For example, most of the application they will ask, hey, I need internal access plus external access. Just I need what they will ask. They need use MEFR authentication and all they will ask that is ping fed rate will take care of it. But here, even though they are coming from outside the application, They don't want to display the page for the user because they won't trust the ping fed rate, or they won't trust any network component, even network level. Also, you can restrict it. Even the network component also they are not going to trust. It means we can able to restrict here in the ping access that kind of a network ranges. We can do it in our ping access. Authentication will happen, but if you're coming from specific network range without having the access here, means it won't display. Basically, it will throw an error. Getting my point? Yes. Now, this is different kind of requirement, and all we can able to see that, but we will see those things. Now here in this case, I think it should be there in the program files. Let's go to the ping identity, ping access. Let's go to the ping access. Let's see both of them are having the same IP range on all. Let's go to the log folder here. We can have the ping access. Log the ping access. Scroll down. No, not this one. No, not that one. The ping access logs next to your JVM garbage collection, that one above one ping only. Ping access log, just double click on it. Let's see what site grant is coming up. Just scroll down. We don't have any IP. Let's close this one. Maybe we can try a different file. Just search for 192. I think your machine should have 192 dot you can put. I think we can close this one. Let's open another one. Can you open that ping access? I underscore engine, underscore audit engine, underscore audit. Yes, double click on it. Yes, see what's the IP address here to 968. 1.8 good rate. Now can you go back to the command prompt? Let's see if both are same or not. Seemed if config. Yep, obviously, in a real time we will have the seed rep ranges. This one we are using to match. It's correct on my site. It will work. We will do the negate option also. Let's copy this hyper address. Let's put it there. Yep, now in the ping name you can put network if range underscore rule or something, or if underscore rule like that. Yep. Network range should be /32 because it's CEDAR. We need to put the subnet mask 32. You can put save it. This one, I never understood how this whole thing works. No, in a real time. We will assign some subnet mask by the CIDR network component, but here we don't have. This is automatic assignment. Definitely like it will work for any subnet mask if we don't need to worry about it in the real time. There should be some specific subnet must they will assign for each and every address like 24, 32 or I never understood what that means. They are having certain formulas. I think the last one, the last two IP range lost to like 1.8 is there. They are doing some formula with that last two digit and then assigning that subnet mask 24 or 32, some kind of, they are doing division and multiplication. We won't be able to get that exact formula, but now we have created a network IP range rule here. Now let's go to the application. Let's assign to that particular application. Let's go back to the applications there now. Let's go to the app with the same application. Click on it, edit. It should be go to the resources. We have assigned the same thing in the root resource only. Expand that root resource. Expand that root edit here in the web policy only. We have added the rules. Now here, we already added all the three. What we can do, we can keep the rewrite rule as it is. We will remove that. We will remove that with web session attribute rule and keep this one. It should be with session. We already tested it. We can remove that. It should be in the number 2 after authentication, not before authentication. Yes, it was now. Let's try to access. Open another tab. I think colon 3000 slash. I think some value we have given index.html. Let's see. It's going to authentication only. Anyways, this kind of option is. That's fine. No worry. You can type the username and password. That's fine. Just use user.azo and password. It should have to. Oh, it's allowing. You have given the same. I think sorry. Let's go to the rule access. Let's change the negative option. Opposite to that one. In the network iterate. Let's do the negate. Negate means opposite will. They will expect the opposite to work. Maybe you can try it in the incoin to window. It should have to first. Authentication should have to trigger. That's a normal one. Maybe try it in the incoin too. Because every time authentication should have to trigger. Because previously on all this option was not there. But anyways, can you type the username and password? It should have to throw an error after that, after this. I don't know why it's asking for you. But I don't know. Is this really working the way it's supposed to be working? Because I know there is one. The thing is that the PRT, and it should have to automatically take the first preference. Policy denied at this level. Know the PRT, and it's a powerful role it should have to take automatically. Previously I think it's a recent upgrade only. You don't need to specify any kind of role which should be number 1 or number 2 like 1 year before. And all, we don't need to do that. There is a change. They have given some upgrade in that product. After that the bits coming into there is a glitch going on. We should have to given in the particular order. But automatically, I just want to test this one, but still it's PRT, and it's automatically taking the number preference. But rewrite rule, it's the rewrite rule or any kind of rule which is related to authorization. Definitely it's taking the preferences. Getting my point? Yes, this is related to the network IP range. The same concept. This is for IP range. Different kind of ways also we can do. For example, let's say there is one more component called with the request parameter. You remember that on imping fade also, we saw the query parameter option. In that query parameter option, we saw one concept called if one parameter is coming in the query parameter, we will trigger one adapter or else we are triggering another adapter. You remember that one? The same way what we can do here in this case, here also we can able to do it in a different, like the same component. We can also use it for authorization also. That is known as the request parameter concept here in our system. In this system, the same component. Only in pink fade, we saw the query parameter is equal to the same component. The same thing, only little bit in a different way we are going to do. That is what? Let's see that option also in our case. That is an HTTP request parameter component. For example, if the user is equal to, if UID is equal to admin or something like that, it's coming up means we can able to reject it. Basically, specific users they want to reject or specific UIDs they want to reject means normally we can reject it in the Google or we can able to reject it normal case itself. But they want to reject it in a different way. Like even for unprotected pages also. Even you don't have the authentication system. Just a normal access. Also, if you want to reject for specific use cases, you are doing without authentication, but how we can able to understand? We don't want to distribute this one for specific use cases because we didn't receive the user IDs. But if in case there are certain application, one or two application, they will get the username. They will get the username, but we won't authenticate. We will automatically go because first they will go to the application page, then they will get the username, then it will redirect to the ping access, and then ping access will do the reverse proxy without authentication. In that specific case also, we can able to do it in a one different way. That is not as it's like a kind of what we can say. It's like a kind of they will get the username from them. They want to restrict specific users only, specific username only. They don't want to display the page means that we can able to do based on the request parameter. That kind of a request parameter, we can able to do it in our ping access. That is also, it's like a kind of a concept called what we can say. It's like we need to add the header into the component. Let's do that. Can you go back to let's go back to the access rules again. One more rule will add HTTP query parameter or request parameter. Can you go back? I think we need to put it in the normal authentication rule only. No, not here, in the applications only. We didn't save it. We have saved it. I didn't see that. Maybe some. Should have to show it there. We'll see that. I'll check, I'll show you. No one. It should not go there. Let me do one thing. Can you go to the unprotected one? Edit it. Let's see. Edit the unprotected. This one. Now here. Click on the anonymous here standard. It will go to the authentication. Now let's scroll down and save it. Let's see. Oh, we need to go to the policy. Let's go to the unprotected. Go to the web policy. Let's add that only. Request parameter rule here. Let's see. Now save it. Let's try the contact mode. With contact mode, you need to add it with the question mark and user type is equal to admin. Contact 2000. No, don't put it. Because we didn't have that. Policy is denied. Because we didn't provide that parameter name. It will allow only user type is equal to admin. Put user type is equal to admin. It should work now. That's what. That is what, sorry. It should have to be anonymous. Without authentication only. But we, for example, they will get the user. Even for the IP range also. IP ranges also. We can restrict from here itself also. Basically, for the network IP range, we decided. That is also. We can do it for this kind of an unprotected pages also. That is anonymous pages without authentication also. We can able to put on this one. Without authentication, still, we are restricting the access based on the user type. And we can also. For example, this is query parameter. We are putting it in the Amazon at the end the question mark. We are putting it. This one should be done by the application only, not from our side. The query parameter should come from the application. They need to provide this condition in the URL. They need to add it when they are redirecting or when they are doing the DNS. They need to add it. We are manually adding it. That's fine. If they want to restrict like this in the query parameter means, we need to ask the application team to add it at the like when they are doing the DNS redirect to the ping access. When they are added from their side, that's it. We can able to get that. We need to get that parameter. Then only we can able to do the authorization like this. Now, if you remember, we did the web session attribute. You remember that one? We did the L is equal to US or not. How we can able to customize that one? I can able to write a Java coding also, basically. For example, we did only one attribute check, if I am not wrong. Suppose how I can able to check multiple attributes. If I am, you are getting my point. In the rule, we did the web session, the last one, based on your token attribute. We did the values. Only one value. We have added it, but here we have added like we have. If you want, you can also add it here. But I cannot customize different way. I want multiple attributes. How I can able to have multiple things? I need to write a script. That is the concept of, do you know what is a groovy script? In Java, JavaScript and all, there is a component called groovy script. Do you know that one? Not very well. It's a JavaScript. Maybe we can say it's like Apache. What do you call? In Apache also, there is a groovy script we can able to write and they want to. Basically, the groovy script is nothing, but it's purely on Java. Java will have different kind of sublayers. If you remember in Pink, here also, since Pink is everything is Java based on, the groovy script is also supported here in the Pink access. We can able to write a coding. We are not going to write much and all like a one line of coding. We can able to do that. Getting my point? You understand the concept. What we can do here? Can you go back to the one step back here? Let's create another rule, groovy script rule. But for we are adding the country, we need to have one more attribute. This one for multiple things, only not for one attribute. One attribute directly, we are having the condition. One attribute is fine. We are having the direct condition. It will work for only more than one attribute. Two attributes, then only we can able to write the coding. Let's do that. We have a country here. Let's have one more attribute. Can you open Apache Direct Studio? No, not here. We are not. We are going to write a coding. We don't want to add it here. Let's have one more attribute. Maybe we'll see one extra attribute, what we can use here. It's a simple. If you understand it, if you see that it will be easy. Let's see one more. We can put either or. We can put ambient also and let's go to the Descal example, Descal, was equal to people. Understand that. Let's see your user. Go to the Boshan user. Let's see if there is any attribute. Let's add one more attribute. Let's add the title. Click on the user new attribute. Title manager. It's coming up. Finish it. Click on it and finish. You need to double click on it and you can finish. Finish. Give some value for this one. Maybe manager or something. I want to allow the user with the title manager plus he needs to. Part of L is equal to us both. Title also should be manager. That means title means it's a department or type anything we can have. Any attribute in the real time, they will ask. We just have to get the exact attribute name, the condition we need to get it from the LDAB team or ping directory team. Even if you are maintaining the ping directory, then it's too much easy for us. That by ourselves we can go and check it and then configure it. We already have the country. Now we need to have the title. In the token, you need to send the title. The problem here in the ping access, one thing it will be irritating. If I want to, whatever the attributes you are editing in the authorization in ping access, you need to add that in the token. Every time you need to go back to the ping thread and configure the same. This is the only irritating part that we cannot ignore. We cannot be able to, we cannot do anything on that one. We need to add it. Let's go to the access token manager. I think we are using the JVT token only. First, we need to add it in the token manager. I think if you scroll down to the contract here, already we have a country. Now you can put title also. Add it and save it. Yep, now let's go to the mappings in the left hand side. Now here, what is the mapping? We were using policy contract and the next line JBT1. No, not that one. I think policy contract 1 we are using it. Now here, we need to add that title also in the LDAP. We need to go to the attribute source, user lookup in the top. We need to get it from the LDAP. We are already contacting the LDAP. Click on this one. Here see directory search. Here we are already having LMail, mobile SNR RUID and all. Show all attributes and then put no. First to show all attributes, scroll to the top. This is object class. Scroll to the top. Show all attributes. Now in the middle you can put title. Let's get the title. Add it and click on done, or you can save also. Click on next here. Now here, LDAP, and then in the hand side you can choose the title here. We have to go to the VMM ping federate. Get configured to pull that information. Exactly. We need to get that information from the LDAP. That's why we are doing this, and we are putting the same thing in the token. And even in ID token also, we need to put the same. Go to the OEDC in the left hand side, ID token concept. OEDC policy management. In the next slide, I'm just trying to remember something. In the chart, we are adding the variable name title that in the token, in the title name, you'll have that manager value. That's why we are putting the title here. This is the actual header information. This is the, and then we are fulfilling the contract out here. Exit. Now in the ID token also, we are doing it. ODC JBT. I was looking at this yesterday, but my question is, instead of doing this policy contract, we can just do an IDP adapter also. I mean, since we are using multiple adapters, like HTML plus MFA also we are using. MFA also means you need to choose one more component here. Two things you need to use. Instead, I can use only one. Using a policy contract, that's why we are using. Create a composite adapter also. You can also create composite. That's different. We have created composite also. It's like that is our wish. If you are using policy contract, you can able to explore different adapters also. Basically, that's a different way we can able to do that. That is why that is the only thing we are doing it. Either policy contract or. No, I think there is some change happen. Oh, this is a different one now. Got it. No, it's not. The reason why we are using policy contract, we can able to explore a different, like for example, let's say one in. You don't need to depend on the adapters. For example, if we create a new adapter in the sense. For example, in the middle we are creating new adapter. I don't want to create a mapping at that time. I can directly, because it's already policy contract, it's already mapped. I can put it simply in the policy itself. That's the reason. You don't want to depend every time whenever you create a different adapter or whenever you create a new adapter. We don't want to depend on the adapter to be configured here. For example, let's say in your real time, maybe you use multiple HTML adapters. For example, you may use only one JVT. You're getting my point. You may use only one JWT, but maybe 2 to 3 HTML adapters if you're using 1 to 3. 3 times you need to use. If I am going with one policy contract, I can put the same thing and I can configure everything at the policy level itself. That's a much better, easiest way to do that. That's the reason we are dependent on the policy contract rather than configuring. That is like, a lot of people, what they will do, they will prefer an adapter also. Like they will configure multiple adapters here. They don't want to create any policies or they don't want to touch anything at that level. They will simply configure adapters. For example, 5 adapters are there means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 components. For the same token, managers will be there. But anyways, finally you need to configure at the policy level only. For example, if you are using multiple adapters with the same token, manager which adapter to be triggered first, next to triggered next and all, you need to have it in the policy only. But like this one or that one. But Vinay, I have a question here. In this one, I'm looking at this IDP adapter and I'm looking at the contract fulfillment. It looks like it will automatically got added in here. It will, because in the token manager it's already there. It will come here. We need to map it. Since we are not using it or we are not touching that, that's why we didn't do anything here, but the token manager is the same thing. In the token manager itself, we have added the attribute the variable name, not the attribute the variable name, country or title. That's why it is showing it. Because it's there in this token manager, that's why it's showing up in. But how do I add it in here? Because when I'm trying to see here, and I'm saying because these attributes are not normally, we are getting it from the PCV to adapter. If you remember, we didn't only 4 to 5 attributes. We are getting it from adapter. But there is one more level. We are using the second level. We need directly contacting the LDAP and getting the attributes. That's why I basically got it. I have to go to the PCV added there in order to get it exactly. And you can put it in the adapter and you can directly. Now you don't need to put the LDAP here, or you can directly use the LDAP here also. In the adapter mapping, you can use the direct LDAP mapping that also in the first step in the top. And the source user lookup is there in the left hand side. There itself, you can add a LDAP here and get the attribute and use it. You don't want to again go back to the PCV and do the change again and again and again. Simply, we can directly add it here and directly use it. We don't want to touch the PCV or we don't want to touch the adapter again. But if I use an LDAP here, does it mean that it is going? All of these will now have to be no, it's both. We can do combination also. One attribute I will get it from adapter. One attribute I will get it in LDAP. That's our wish only. You can try it. It's a simple step. Only one extra step, that's all. Click on next here. No, that is, it will go to the data store. Click on done. Click on next here. That's fine. Yes, now here the base gen you need to give it. It will automatically come in the select option show all attributes. In the top, and you can do the given. Sorry, what is the title and location L? 2 attributes. And then location L. If you scroll to the top, just type about that one. Yep, add it. Click on next. We can give the filter UID is equal to adapter rows. UID is equal to just copy that and put it. The last one, yep. $curly bracket adapter that's all. Click on next and save it. since we are using the token mappings for oath. And we are mapping only adapter, since in pink federate for oath you are putting all the things in the same level. That's why it's used for differentiation. For policy contract, which you will get that APC dot subject or something, authentication policy contract. If it is a PCV dot subject like that, it will come. That's the one. Getting my point? Now on the YDC policy in the left hand side, just click on it. The ADC JOT. Now in the first attribute contract, let's add the title. No, you need to specify the value and then add it. Now in the end, you can click on save directly. It will go to that page. Now here, choose that access token and title value. That's all. Save it. That's enough. This is how we can able to add it here. Then only I can use it in the and also in the pink access also. We need to add it in the identity mapping in the header value also. You need to put it, then only I can use it. Can you go to the pink access? Let's add it in the. First you need to go to the identity mappings. Let's add in the header. The left hand side identity mappings here itself. In the header only, we need to add. First we need to add it in the header, then I can use it from here itself. The condition. Title you can put. It should have to come, not come. Oh, it's coming up. It should have to come automatically. User underscore title you can put it. Now save it. That's all. Now what we can do? First let's go back to the rules again in the left hand side. Let's create a rule as of now. The rule is known as the Groovy script. Groovy script is the rule here. Now, this one will work only for the web applications and all. Now, here the Groovy script, we can able to test it. We need to check two attributes. First, let's put the both attributes. Both the things will be. We need to check. We can check both. Both means Amazon. It will check the condition for both. Which two? Both means the title and country. Both title is equal to manager. Amazon country is equal to no. No, not like that. Amazon country is equal to US both. I need to test it. Let's test the value first. Open this. First we can put not like that. It's not Amazon. We can put instead of Amazon, it's like a all of. L uppercase. All of. A is in lowercase only. Not all of. L. O for yes, O in uppercase. Now F in lowercase you can put. Open the bracket and close the bracket here. Now, inside the all of, we are going to put the value. But not like that, not the title. First, we need to write a condition here. The condition should be contains web session attribute. Contains web session attribute, just type. Contains in lowercase. Web in uppercase. Contains no. Contains. It should be CO. No, not like that. Let me put it in the chat. it should be. Contains like this. Contains web session attribute without space. The web session attribute W in uppercase, S in uppercase, A in uppercase, session attribute. It should not be plural. Only one value attribute. Open the bracket again. Close the bracket here itself. Now inside the double quotes there. Sorry, not L. What is the value? Country. Oh, first let's put the country. Inside the double quotes, let's put the no. Put it in double quotes because the value is country. Put it inside the double quotes. After that, close the double quotes after the country. Inside the double quotes again. Inside the without space only. Inside the double quotes, put what is the value. We want to test it. Put U as the condition. The value. Now come out of that only one bracket, comma space. Contains web session attribute. The same thing. You can copy the. No, not. Wait. Just put the comma space, remove that. Come out of the bracket. Now comma space. Contain. You can copy the same to the end. Now here, title manager, you can put it. Paste it. Title manager. Now close that bracket. Close the bracket in the starting that we open the bracket after all. You need to close that one. Now before all. Close that bracket also. Sorry, open the bracket in the start. No, not that one. That's not. Delete that. This one. One is fine. This is fine. No, wait. There is one more bracket. Remove that bracket in the before country. We don't need that. Now before all of. The starting point. Before the starting point, at the starting level. Go to the starting. The too far left hand side. Open the bracket and close it at the starting level. Now we can go to the starting point. 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 At the beginning point of the starting point, we want to go towards the end point. This is exactly what we wanted to do. This is exactly that. We will test it on Monday. Let's not this one. That value only just copy. Now add another rule. You can put it in the notepad. ++1 groovy script underscore rule underscore tool rule number 2 groovy script only. I have put ampersand. What are you? Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.